Welcome. Thank you for joining me for the premiere of Karma Meets World. I'm your girl, Karma, and I have a secret. Well, maybe it's not a secret anymore. I'm on a journey to find love, and I'm inviting you to come along for the ride. My story begins with coming out of 2020 and trying to get back out there. And a friend of mine said, honey, I don't even know why you're trying to do this thing in America. You need to go with me to Spain because they're going to love you. I was like, really? You think? He's like, oh, yeah. You have. So I did. And boy, were my eyes open. I had no idea the world that was waiting for me out there. And that's what I want to share with you ladies too. I'm super excited that you're joining me as I start this journey because I have a feeling you might be looking for the same thing too. Well, let's see. 1, do you love travel? 2, do you enjoy international travel? And 3, aren't you a little curious about not just traveling, but meeting new people and maybe even finding love abroad? Well, if so, you're in the right place, and I'm your girl. So enjoy the ride and the view as I share my adventures and give you tips on how you too could enjoy traveling abroad, navigating cultural challenges while dating and relating for finding love abroad. Basically, I go, I swipe, and we watch what happens. So make sure to like and comment and subscribe. You can even make recommendations on where I should go next. Who knows? Maybe I will end up in your country next. After all, I'm your little Carmen San Diego, so where in the world am I now? Today's destination is a major European hotspot, known for its amazing coastal cuisine, fantastical architecture, and famous modern artists such as Gaudi and Pablo Picasso. Can you guess which city? It's Barcelona, Spain. The first thing I thought when I made the decision to go was, is it safe? And I'm happy to answer yes. I found it to be very safe. I had no issues. But just because a place seems safe doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise caution. So as always, as a tourist, you should watch your belongings and travel with a buddy. Even if it's a girlfriend, a bestie, make sure to use the buddy system. And I will have additional safety tips and strategies for how to safely meet your dates in part 2. My second question, and maybe the most important one, was Spain, home of Spanish. So will I even be able to communicate? I'm happy to tell you that the language difference is almost a non-issue. Disclaimer, I do have a background in French studies and Italian, but to be honest, I never even had the clue that I would trick that. 99% of the people that I encountered spoke English very well, and the few people that I had any little issues with were usually just the taxi drivers, and what I would do is just show them the location on Google Maps, and they would know exactly where to go. So make sure to keep your phone charged, and not just for directions. More of that to come too. While we're talking about taxis, FYI, there are no Ubers in Barcelona. The taxis are plentiful and the city is very accessible. If you decide not to use a taxi, you can actually purchase a day pass for the hop-on, hop-off bus tours. These bus tours go all over the city. There are several different lines. I believe it's the red line and the green line. And it'll hit all of the major tourist spots such as the Seaport, the Olympic Arena, and the bullfighting arena, and La Rambla, which is one of their main roads, as well as the Passeig de Gracia, which is pretty much the Rodeo Drive of Barcelona. And this is just a short walk from La Boqueria Market, which is a huge open air market with amazing foods. I highly recommend that you go there. A lot of places didn't really take American Express, so I would highly advise having alternate forms of payment if you decide not to use euros. And speaking of euros, I didn't actually ever exchange any money to use euros, so you probably won't necessarily need euros. Now that I think about it, a credit card would be fine. But remember, not necessarily American Express. While you're strolling on La Rambla, or Passeig de Gracia, the Rodeo Drive of Barcelona. Make sure that you're looking the part. As I say, always be cute. ABC. And when I think always be cute, I also think, how can I stand apart? Because you'll notice a lot of women are wearing, especially the young girls, are wearing sneakers and more comfortable sandals. And it's understandable because maybe there is a lot of walking to do if you're local. But if you're just visiting, I would kick it up a notch. I believe in always being the distinction. So to set myself apart while visiting in Barcelona, I choose footwear that stands out a little bit, but it's also comfortable. So I would highly recommend a very elegant, strappy sandal, but comfortable. Possibly something with a low heel or a chunky block heel, but whatever's comfortable for you. I know. We love our high highs, girl. We love our high heels because I say the higher the heel, the closer to God. However, there's a lot of walking and a lot of cobblestone streets. So don't play yourself by trying to wear high stiletto heels and ended up falling into a gutter. That's not a cute look. Because at all times you want to look elegant and stand apart in a good way, not in a bad way. Now that we've set aside your language concerns and transportation concerns, everyone knows that travel's about the location. I highly recommend staying somewhere near the seaport area or even the Gothic Quarter, which is actually right across from the marina. And I have my theories on marinas as well. We'll talk about that more in part 2. I found that the Gothic Quarter, and particularly the area across from the seaport, was pretty centrally located and only about like a €9 or $10 ride to any point that I wanted to go see within the city that day. Barcelona has many sights to see, many historical landmarks like the Sagrada Familia, Allegheny Museum, Picasso museums, and FYI, beware of guided tours in advance. If you're late, you may have to buy a new ticket. As a historical city, there are so many sights to see, but that's not why we're here. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I go live with part 2, where I give you the tea on what dating apps to use, what you can expect, where to go, how to have success with vetting the dates before, cultural challenges, and the art of the meetup, all while staying safe. Thanks again for tuning in. And remember, ladies, the only person standing in the way of your glow up is you. It's a great big world out there. So passport queens, let's get out there and claim our domain. I'll see you next time.